What up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Seaman Banner. I'm a culinary specialist, CS, in the United States Navy. I'm here currently in San Diego being quarantined. Um, yeah, I'm just here to talk to you about boot camp and A school because those are the two things that I've accomplished so far. Number one is with boot camp, your number one rule, and this is the absolute number one rule, is do not be a bitch. Don't take anything personal. Don't think that this petty officer is picking on me because he's picking on all you guys, all you recruits. Another thing is stay hydrated always. Always say, wake up in the morning, do your morning routine, chug your hydration tool. That's what they call your water bottle, your hydration tool. Another thing is, make friends. Talk to people. Don't give people too much insight on what you did in the civilian world because no one really cares. You're a new person. That's how I treat it. Don't gossip. Don't stay up late at night. Just like I said, just be friendly. But when you got to get your sleep, get your sleep. That'll probably be those are like mixed together. Always get your sleep. Another thing is do your studying, do your homework. You're gonna get homework in boot camp. I know it sounds stupid, but do your homework. Make sure that you're that. Don't be that one recruit that doesn't do their homework. It's hell, and you're gonna be hated for that first week. Cause that first week, people they're on edge. They're wanting to be RPOC, AROC, MA, this, and the third. That's one thing you'll realize. Number 4, I guess we can go on, is when it comes to leadership and boot camp, you want to do it, but then again, you're still learning stuff. You know what I mean? It's not like you're gonna get any special privilege unless you're laundry crew. If you're a laundry crew, you got it coasting. While everyone else is doing practice PIs, while they're doing getting beat, while they're doing evolution that really don't matter. Like when you're doing toughness courses, toughness is pretty much just talking about how the Navy's hard. I don't know yet. I'm gonna be new to the fleet. I'm going to my command tomorrow. I'm in quarantine right now here in San Diego. But you get to skip classes like that. Skip out on a bunch of easy stuff. Another thing, just keep yourself clean. That's the number one thing. And make sure you keep yourself clean. Like whenever you go to the head and you take a shower with 40, 50 dudes at once, not all at once, but you'll have, your 20, you'll have your 10, 15 guys in the actual shower heads. You got 5 spigots here, 5 spigots here. You got a few dudes roving around, trying to get a little wash here and there. When you get in there, lather your whole body up. You're gonna have a buzz cut, so just wash your head. Get all up in here, get in your ears. Make sure you get your pits, get all the hot spots. Just make sure you keep yourself clean. Whenever you see hand sanitizer, pump that shit real quick. Just keep yourself clean, man. There's no recruit through contact, but you're gonna give a little knuckle bump here and there to your boys. If you're in an integrated division, I was an all male division, but if you are, stay away from the females. I heard it's a no zone. Don't even I heard you don't even want to talk to them sometimes. Just don't give that impression that you're trying to flirt. Trying to get at that. You know what I mean? Another thing is when it comes to eating, when you're eating, it is time to eat chow. It is chow time. It is not social hour. It is not, look at someone. It's not any of that. Do not be that person that gets caught eating at chow. Just please do not, because you will get beat, and your whole division will know, and it'll just not be a fun time. That's unsat. Your RDCs will find out. Your RDCs will start to look at you. They'll start to look at the people you sit around. Because in the beginning of boot camp, it's a height line. So the shortest people, they'll always get to eat first. If you have a good RPOC, your RPOC will about face. Let the tall people eat first. Just know that once that last person sits down, you've got 12 minutes. So once that last person sits down, start scarfing food down, What I did is I did a heavy breakfast and a light lunch and a heavy dinner. And that seemed to work pretty good for me. Normally, the beatings will be midday. After your midday evolution, that's where the normal beatings will come. There will be a few days where your RDCs will wake you up really stupid early. I'm talking 04:30, and they'll beat you right then and there. Another thing that you got to make sure you always do is make sure your rack's always on point. What I did is I slept coffin style. Came onto my rack. I would use my hands on the side rails, and I would kind of scoot over. I would, force myself to lay down. Boom. Lights out. Sleep. If you have a good rack mate, they'll go to sleep with you. Not in the same rack, obviously, but they'll go to sleep at the same time. I was fortunate enough. I was rack mates with the head PO, so I always got I always got like, dibs on, when he was about to like, secure the head. He'd be like, oh, yo, go to the head real quick. I'd be like, all right, bet. Um, One thing to do too is don't kiss ass to leadership. Like, know that you respect them. You know what I mean? Like, my Art Pock, he was a really respectable dude. He got top of our training group. He's a pretty good guy. Just all around good guy. We had an MA get a asthma week 2 for sleeping on watch. That's another thing with watch. Take that shit stupid serious. If you're security watch, you just gotta stand there for 2 hours. Sometimes they'll turn to 4 hour watches. Another thing is if you're cool with starboard watch and port watch, you'll get the good watches. Like I was division front, so I couldn't do day watches because I was a stick. Um, you'll get the overnight watches. I usually got 10 to 12, or I got 8 to 10. 8 to 10 is the perfect watch, because that's when they're doing the practice PIs and you're just sitting there robe and watching these people just send at attention for a whole hour and you're just chilling on watch. Another thing is when it comes to like uniform and stuff like that, your uniforms are gonna look like shit. You gotta iron your shirts and all that so they look good for the inspection and stuff like that. But another tip is like always just make sure you can keep your uniforms like subpar. Now flipping off, because I didn't get a good battle stations experience. I'm not gonna talk about battle stations. You'll experience that. It's a fun time going to it. Absolutely blind. You'll have a blast. It is honestly one of the funnest nights I've ever had in my life, and I've partied a hell of a ton in my life. Another thing is when it comes to graduation, I didn't do graduation. I went to boot camp when that whole COVID stuff came out, so they canceled graduation altogether. All we got was a congratulations from our RDCs, and they bounced. They were Audi 5. Um, when it comes to A school, that's your first like test on like you being on your own. Make sure your uniform is squared away. Make sure yourself is squared away. Shave your face every single day. Brush your teeth, all that kind of stuff. As a CS, I'm always expected to have clean fingernails, clean everything. Um, Another thing when it comes to A school, like in my A school, we were on an army base. So that shit was strict, man. We were looked at as the chumps on base. We were looked at as we were the only people on base that were Navy. So it was a very small knit group, and we had to go to the commissary at a certain time. We had to go to the PX at a certain time. That's what the next is called on army bases, is PX. So if you'll probably go to Pensacola, Norfolk, or Great Lakes, but if you're CS, you'll go to Fort Lee, Virginia. I don't know what it is for other rates like nukes. They go to South Carolina, but just know that when you go to A school, like you're still a junior sailor, they call you. So everything you do is they just don't like you. Keep your military bearing when you get to A school. Don't be that schmuck that doesn't say like the proper greetings or whatever like that. Just always keep that military bearing from boot camp. For the people going to A school and boot camp now, it sucks. It's COVID. I mean, it is what it is. Embrace the suck. You're gonna hear that a lot, but just make what you can out of it. I had a great time in A school. I was class leader for my class. I showed that I had that leadership qualities. I don't know how it is for other rates, but just like I started the video with and just don't be a bitch. Just you're in the military. Just don't be a bitch. Just take everything you do and run with it. Be good at it. Try to always be sat. You're gonna hear that a lot in boot camp. Just be sat. And that's all. That's all I got. Make some more videos about boot camp in the Pacifics, what weeks and all that stuff. But that's all I got for now. Y'all have a good day, and peace out.